And now he explains what this really means for you and I. After quoting the Scripture, now he does get into logical reasoning. He doesn't start there and then go to the Scripture. He starts with the Scripture and says, now think about this. If that's true, think about what that means for you and for me. That's what he's saying. Verse 4. Now to the one who works, his wages are not counted as a gift, but as his due. And to the one who does not work, but believes in him who justifies the ungodly, his faith is counted as righteousness. You see how he sets these two verses apart from one another. To the one who works, this doesn't just mean obeys God. This means to the one who is striving to obey God in order to earn a payment. That's why he says wage. To the one who works, his wages, well, they're not counted as grace. It's not a gift. If you work all week and you get paid by your employer, you don't say, they've been so gracious to me. You go, no, that I worked, I earned that money, and they rightly paid it to me. That was just my wage. You wouldn't say, what a gift you've given. You've been so gracious. You go, no, you were righteous. That was a right thing to do, but it wasn't a gift. I earned that. It's the same thing that Paul is getting at here. To the one who works, his wages are not counted as a gift, but as a due, what he's earned. But then he's saying the only way any of us will be declared righteous by God is not by working to earn God saying we're righteous. That'll never happen, because that's not how God saves. You cannot earn God declaring you righteous, because you could never be, and you haven't been, righteous. The only way any of us will be declared righteous in God's sight is by stopping trying to earn it. We stop trying to work to get the wages that we are due and say, I could never work to get God to declare me righteous. I could never be good enough. I have not been good enough, and I could never be good enough that God would ever declare me righteous. To the one who does not work, but what? But believes. It's the verb form of the same word that we translate faith. We're justified by faith. The verb form is pistuo, which means to believe, to put your confidence in someone or something. It doesn't mean you close your eyes and take a leap in the dark. It means based on the evidence, you put your trust and confidence in someone or something. It has the idea that there's a wall and you're going to lean against the wall so you don't fall over. It's a trusting in. That's why a lot of times you'll hear us, instead of saying, come to faith in Jesus, we'll tell you to trust Jesus. And we do that because that really gets to the heart of what the biblical word faith means, more than a lot of people hear the word faith in our culture and just think, well, that means turning your brain off and just taking a leap in the dark. That's not what the Scripture means when it says faith in Jesus. It means putting your trust and confidence in Jesus and what he's done for you. To the one who works, his wages are not counted as grace, as a gift, just as a due, what he's earned. But to the one who does not work, but believes, trusts in God who declares righteous the ungodly, his faith is counted as righteousness. You got to memorize that verse. This is why the gospel of Jesus Christ is so incredibly freeing. Verses like that, and religious people can't understand this. Religious people hate the fact that we can't earn anything. They hate that. They like to be able to try to do certain things and put God sort of in their debt. But do you see here what Paul is saying? It's impossible to put God in your debt. You can't do that. We are only in his debt. You notice that he says the prerequisite to God declaring you righteous is that you trust in Jesus who justifies the ungodly. Read the word. That's the prerequisite to you being counted righteous before God, is that you accept all I've got to offer God is my ungodliness. I don't have any works. I don't have anything to offer him but the debt I need to be forgiven of. Like, all I've got is this massive pile of debt, Lord. And the good news of the gospel is that through what Jesus has done on the cross for sinners, he accepts that. We bring to him our ungodliness, trusting him to take it away, put it on himself, die on the cross in our place, and at the same time, through faith in him, he takes our ungodliness away and gives us his righteousness. That's why Martin Luther called the gospel the great exchange. It's because God receives the payment of our debt. He takes our debt as our payment, and he gives us Jesus' righteousness.